and welcome back to my channel So Dysfunctional. I'm here today to chat to you about my sewing plans for July. So let's kick off straight away with something that I'm planning to make for my daughter. So she is 4 at the end of July. Can you guess what I'm making? I can only describe this as a big pile of aqua. And obviously I've got to make an Elsa dress for her birthday. Now I'm kind of slightly regretting it because I couldn't find any. She wants the, you know, the Frozen 1 dress, the lovely ice blue coloured dress. And they're kind of not really available in shops anymore because Frozen 2 is obviously big on the agenda. But I recently picked up an Anna dress from Frozen 1 on eBay for quite cheap. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have held off to try and just buy one. It would have been easier. Anyway, I'd already bought all the fabric, so I might as well make it now. I bought this all from shops on eBay. So I've got a sort of shiny lycra, which I'm going to use for the sort of main part of the dress. I'm just going to use the Brindle & Twig ringer tee pattern and basically hack it to make the bodice bit and the skirt and stuff. I'm not going to make anything very complicated. So that's going to be the main part of the dress. Then I've got some sequins to go over the bodycey bit, but this has just got a little bit of stretch and all these things. I have no idea what will happen to this when I wash it because these dots are just glued on. So I should probably just try a little bit. Or if anyone's made anything with this kind of fabric and you can tell me how to wash it, please do. And then I've got some silver snowflake organza to make her sort of lovely long train that's on the back of her dress. So I think I just got 1 metre of each of those, so I should have plenty, all being well. I have to wash them at some point when my daughter's not going to see them hanging up and drying, otherwise she will just lose her mind. So yeah, that's the first thing I've got to do, and I suppose really I should do that first. That should be my priority, shouldn't it? But I might end up leaving it till the last minute. What a surprise. So the next thing I'm going to make, a pattern that loads of people have done and I just haven't, is the Hudson Pants by True Bias. So I bought this pattern a few weeks ago online. It's PDF. I've got it printed out and ready to go. So I've got some blue sort of sweatshirting fabric. I've washed it already. It's a kind of fleecy on the inside. I bought this from Flamingo Fabrics online. I also bought some orange ribbing, which I'm planning to use for the waistband and the cuffs, unless I take fright and think it's a bit too kind of, I don't know, 80s for me. I just thought it would be quite fun. It's not a pattern that I've ever sort of been interested in making before. I have cut the pattern pieces out already, and what I have done was I've just twirled the top bit a little bit, sort of made a little pair of shorts basically, and I extended the rise of the trousers because I'm not really fond of the really low rise trousers. My mummy belly just hangs over the top and looks really, really unflattering when I wear things like that. So I've extended the rise of them about 4 or 5 centimetres, I think. And I'm hoping that that will look okay when it's made up as the trousers. I'm sort of a bit late to the party really, because this is kind of my loungewear for lockdown, even though we're sort of coming out of lockdown now. But I haven't really got any kind of jogging bottomy type things, and my last pair of jeans that fit me at the moment is just about to go through at the knees. So I'm sort of slightly panicking, thinking I'm not going to have anything to wear. Well, hopefully it'll get warmer so I won't need trousers so much. I'm hoping I'm going to be in shorts soon, but at the moment it's still grey and miserable. Sorry, that also means the light is terrible. Hopefully it's not bad enough. Anyway, so that's the plan for those, some Hudson Pants with that. The next thing I'm planning to make is the floor cardigan by Seamwork Patterns. I talked about this a little bit when I bought some fabric, which I'll show you in a minute. It's a sort of, I'll try and pop pictures up of these. I'm sure they're all patterns generally that are familiar to you, but it can be a kind of mid thigh length cardigan, or it can be a sort of slightly shorter cardigan. I'm going to hopefully make the longer version. I think I mentioned at some point that I've been wearing my maternity cardigans still, and I suddenly realised that they are just really low at the front because they're designed to go over a bump. Obviously I don't have a bump anymore, and I suddenly looked at myself in the mirror one day and I thought, this looks ridiculous. I mean, they are hanging so much further down at the front than at the back. And now there is a sense of urgency because I've actually just given them away to a friend of mine who is pregnant. I'd looked at getting the Blackwood cardigan by Helen's Closet, but it's designed as an open cardigan, and I do like to be able to either button up or wrap a cardigan around myself because I just tend to get a bit cold. So what I'm going to make it out of to start with, I'm just going to make hopefully a wearable toile. I'll do my pattern fiddling first, so hopefully I'll get it wearable. I'm going to make one to start with out of this, which is just a rib knit. I'm not sure what the fabric composition is because I bought it a long time ago from Minerva. I bought a whole load of stuff. I bought a massive bag of fabric about a year ago, or possibly more than that. So I'm not sure what the composition is. It's not completely natural fibres. I mean, obviously it's got some elastane in it, but I think it's probably a kind of a poly cotton mix or something like that. But it's one of my colours that I like to wear, this kind of terracotta-y colour. So if that works out, it'll be great because I'll wear that anyway. And then I'm also planning to make a proper version with this fabric, which was the knit that I got from Sew Me Sunshine a few weeks ago and was in a fabric haul when I opened it live on camera. So yeah, this is all washed and ready to go. It's just been sitting there saying, why aren't you making anything with me? You know what you're going to make. And it's like, well, I can't just cut into you because I might get it wrong. I need to practice on something else that I'm not so bothered about. But oh, it's so soft. So this will be lovely. So if I make that, it will give me two, I mean, they're not dissimilar colours, but it'll give me some options, easy to wear with kind of denim and jeans and shorts and all that kind of thing. I suppose, no, I'm definitely gonna try the longer one, I think, in this. Yeah, I will make them both long. I've probably got some other fabric, maybe some kind of lighter jersey that I could make a sort of hip length one out of if I really like the pattern. The last thing I would like to make, and I can't say how many of these things I'm going to get round to because, as ever, I'm very slow with all my processes and I probably won't get anywhere near as much done as I'm hoping. But if I do, I'd really like to make some t-shirts. So I've only got a few t-shirts at the moment that I can actually really fit into and that aren't kind of either falling apart or just not particularly nice. I think I did a really big sort of charity shop clear out a while ago. I haven't actually taken the bags to the charity shop, but they're all things that I haven't worn for ages, and there are probably some t-shirts in there, but they're all a little bit too small for me really. So I've got some choices on patterns. I bought a little while ago the Givre dress and top from Deer and Doe. This has just got the sort of close fitting dress pattern on the front, but you can see on the back that it's got options for a longer sleeve top and also a vest top. I might well make the t-shirt pattern obviously without the longer sleeves and without the contrast fabric. I'll just make up in one piece possibly. So that's one option for a t-shirt. I've also printed off the Deer and Doe Plantain t-shirt, which is a free pattern if you sign up. I think if you sign up to their sort of newsletter or mailing list, you get that as a free pattern. So I've got that one as well. I've got a couple of other t-shirt patterns which I haven't used. So yeah, so I'm not quite sure which pattern I'll end up doing, but I'm going to have a bit of an experiment. I've got some jersey that I'm not too bothered about. This is the fabric that I bought years and years ago that I'm not that bothered about, and as you can see I've got quite a big chunk of it. I think there's about 3.5 meters or something, so I can check out some t-shirt patterns with that. And then I've got this was again from Minerva. I actually bought this at the same time as I bought the terracotta rib knit, I think, But again, it's just sat in a box saying, make me, make me. So I definitely do want to make a t-shirt out of this. Whether I will get that done out of this one this month, I don't know. The other option is this, which is a viscose jersey that I bought, which also in that fabric haul a couple of months ago. I'll link that down below if you want to have a look at that. I've got 2 meters of this, so plenty to make hopefully 2 tops out of. Because it's quite a drapey jersey, I'm thinking I'd like a not too fitted t-shirt for this, in which case the Givre pattern might not be the right one, because I think that's quite close fitting. The plantain might be the one to go for with this fabric. But as I say, I'm going to experiment with that a little bit and see how I get on. So yeah, some kind of necessary makes. As I say, I'm slightly worried about the trouser bottom half clothing situation that's going on in my house at the moment. So what I really need to do is get on to making some other bottoms. I very recently bought the Elsa Pants pattern and the Heyday dungarees made by Jack's mum. And so I really want to make up some dungarees, and my plan with the Elsa Pants was to make some shorts out of some linen that I bought from Ray Stitch, which is really beautiful, but I'm obviously not going to use that to test the pattern with because it was quite expensive, and I will no doubt need to make some fitting adjustments to the Elsa Pants. So yeah, what I need to make is trousers, shorts, that kind of thing, but I'm scared of making bottom half things because they just seem so much more complicated to fit. So I've sort of put it off a little bit. But as I say, please, if the sun would come out, I actually won't need them quite so urgently as I do at the moment, with it being grey and cold and all that. So for the moment, that plan is shelved, maybe to August, with a view to having some things made up for when it gets into autumn. I always find that I put a list of things together and it's got 3 or 4 things on and I think, yeah, no problem, I'll get all of those made, and I just don't. So I have no idea what I'm going to end up with at the end of the month, but there has to be an Elsa dress from Frozen, otherwise I'm going to be in big trouble. Although for some reason my daughter seems convinced that she's going to get an Elsa dress from Santa. I don't know why, but she might as well have it now. And I'm definitely going to get onto the Hudson Pants. Once I've cut everything out, they shouldn't take too long to sew up. So then hopefully I will have time to fiddle around with the floor cardigan and a t-shirt or 2. Fingers crossed I will get most of those things done. I'll let you know at the end of the month how I've got on, of course. I might well put this out before my June makes roundup, in which case I'm sorry it's going to be confusing because I say at the end of that video, which I have already filmed, that the next video will be this one. So sorry about that if that's a bit confusing. Anyway, it was really nice for you to join me today. I hope you enjoyed looking at what I'm planning to make. Do let me know if you've made any of these patterns before. I mean, a million people have made the Hudson Pants, of course. If you've got any tips on sewing them together or anything I should look out for. Or if you have extended the rise on yours and it's turned out okay. I'm really hoping it does, because again, it's another one of those patterns that's got pockets, which you have to have. But once you've sewn them in, the adjustments are much more difficult to make. So fingers crossed they'll be all right. Do give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and please do leave me a comment, and also subscribe if you haven't and you'd like to see when my next video comes out. Thanks for watching today, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.